Okay, everybody, ready when you are.
Well, good afternoon, Coach. It's Charles Greaves with
GoBlackKnights.com.
Nice. Offensively, in the first half, there was equal distribution of the ball, where I think Anderson carried 9 times, Tyre 8, Riley and Atkins both 6 carries, and the time of possession for you guys were 22 minutes. Is that kind of how you want this offense to run?
Yes, absolutely. And to get those guys going in the box, the B-back, the quarterback, and control the clock and keep it away from them, that's our style of offense, and it's like we'd like to play that way all the time.
And if I could say, the law firm of Riley, Atkins, and Buchanan were effective today. Can you talk a little bit about just their initial input in setting the tone of the game?
Those guys are just such. I mean, they're a load. They are a load, and there's times where they just had to power through people. There was one run that Anthony Atkins had, and he just saw guys coming. He put his shoulder down, his right shoulder, and he kind of was going from our right to left, and he just knocked a couple of guys back and got 3 yards all by himself. But I mean, that's a 250-pound running back, and you know what's most impressive about him? He scored a touchdown or got down there and was helping us score a touchdown. He came down and ran down on a kickoff team, and they're trying to double team. He's running right through the double team. I think that just epitomizes what our team is and who they are. That whatever they're asked to do, they're going to try to do it the best they can and play really, really hard. And they just care so much about each other. It's just fun to be a part of this team and be around these guys.
And my final question is, can you talk about the status of Tyler?
I think he's going to be okay. You know, he got twisted up there, and we actually had intended to play Christian in the 3rd series. So it just worked out that he went into the 3rd series and then stayed in. But we actually had intended to do that without him getting injured. So it just tightened up on him. I think it's going to be okay. Lower leg sprain, and I think he'll be fine.
Very well. Congratulations on the win, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Coach. Now, maybe to start out with how well your defense played today. You had a fumble recovery by Eric Smith early, the Jabari Moore interception, Andre Carter 3 sacks on the day, and you held Georgia State to 177 yards. How do you feel? How do you feel about the performance of your defense?
I thought they did a fantastic job. You know, it was a fumbled exchange there early. We didn't knock it loose. They just botched the handoff. There was probably miscommunication, and I think he tried to hand it, and I don't know if the back knew he was supposed to get it, and just spit out of there. We were able to get on it. It was a big play, and we kicked off, and we're going up 7-0 early in the game. I mean, that's a big play, and then Jabari Moore's interception before the half, that was just an awesome play. He jumped it, saw it coming, made a great play. We were able to punch that one in on 4th down and go up. Well, it ended up being 27. I'm disappointed we got the kick blocked, but that was a big play before the half for sure.
And how do you feel about the rotation? You mentioned you were going to put Christian Anderson in the 3rd series, but Tyre went in, played well. Christian Anderson went in, played very well, and Jamel Jones got in some time at the end as well as Jabari Laws. How do you feel like the flow of the quarterbacks did today?
Well, we were going to try to get a feel for playing 2 quarterbacks, playing Tyre and then putting Christian in there, and probably using both of them. And it just so happened that obviously Tyre got hurt and Christian had to take the bulk of the snaps. I thought he did a terrific job, but to be able to get Jamel some work through a touchdown pass, I was thrilled to see Jabari Laws get in there, ran the ball hard, very confident. And our whole team was just elated to see him in there. And he was very emotional after the game. He was just so thrilled to be back out there. When you battle back for over a year to get back and to be able to get out there and experience that, it's just incredible. So that's a good group of guys. Coach Worley's doing a great job of preparing them, Coach Davis is giving them things they can handle, and there's a lot on them, but they're doing a really good job.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Ken.
Jeff, can you talk about Tyre's job before he got hurt? How did you feel like he was playing specifically, and then and just talk about Christian Anderson taking over, you already had the lead, but he basically kind of won this game in relief.
Well, he did. I thought Tyre was playing really well. He was running the ball really hard, doing a nice job with his reads, distributing the ball where it needed to be, and took care of it. And that's the best thing you can do as a quarterback, in my mind, is take care of the ball, and that helps take care of the team. So I was very pleased with his effort, his performance. I was disappointed he got hurt, couldn't go back in. Hopefully he'll get healthy. I don't know if he'll be healthy right away, but it's something that I'm confident he's going to get healthy from.
And Christian
was to come off the bench like that and be able to perform in the first read. He was in there. They had a mess charge, and Anthony Atkins had it, and Christian Anderson had it, and one of their guys had it, and it just kind of a wad of people went down. But he didn't get flustered. He didn't flinch. Just went back out there and executed and did a nice job. They're different. He and Tyre are different, and so we're a little bit different when each one of them are in there. We're still, it's still our offense, but it's find things that they can do and try to call plays to their strengths.
And Christian really ran with confidence, especially on the touchdown.
He did, and I think he's confident because he's got a good bunch of guys in front of him, and he's played a lot of football. So there shouldn't be any situation or anything where he doesn't feel like he can't run confidently. That kid's a veteran player and played a lot of football for us.
And just one last thing, is this the new Air Monken?
What did we throw it about 6 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we threw it because we wanted to, not because we had to.
But that was something that Brent was saying the other day, that, teams have to respect your run, and that kind of opens things up. And he felt more comfortable with making calls like that this year.
Yeah, I mean, the last pass we threw for a touchdown, I mean, they were teeing off on us. We had guys, were handing the ball off, and the safeties tackling us for a 1-yard gain. And I mean, we could have punted it to them, but it's not a rule that you got to punt. It's not a rule that you can't throw the ball in that situation. And we didn't have a bunch of passes, but kind of threw it when we felt like there was an opportune time, and we completed some of them, and we missed one on a 3rd down. We had a little hitch route over the middle and missed it and had to punt. But we hit a play action to Tyrell, and hit a play action to Murphy, and it was good to see us hit some of those plays.
Coach, can you go a little bit more in depth into Andre Carter's game and the matchup problems maybe he presented today?
I don't know. I think Andre Carter's such a good football player. I mean, he's 6'5", weighs about 265. He's a matchup problem for about everybody. I guess his Power 5 school's got guys like that walking around in the locker room everywhere. But, he's a good player for us. And he just always seems to come up with plays. He works really hard. It's just not, he's just naturally a very talented guy. He works really hard at his craft. As a student of the game, always asking questions, always working to prepare, works really, really hard at practice. He goes 100 miles an hour in practice. He wants to be a really good player, and he is. He's very, very productive football player.
We'll get a few more for Coach.
Jeff, other than Andre Carter and his, the 3 sacks, I thought just the whole defense as a whole did a great job. There wasn't like one dominant person. I think everybody kind of contributed there today.
They played their butts off. And Nate Woody's an outstanding football coach, and he had them in position. He called a really good game. He and the staff, they really did a good job of preparing our football team, our defense, for the team we were going to play today. And so I think that had a lot to do with it as well. Our guys were positioned where they needed to be, and we made a lot of plays. But the bottom line is the players got to go make the plays, and they did. And I thought it was a great effort on their part.
Was there a little insight on how you stopped Brown or kept him in check?
I mean, you just got to play defense. We played our brand of football. We played our defense and tried to execute. I think it starts by being really good at stopping the run, and that's where our defense is built. We try to do that first, and when we can do that, then it kind of forces them into some spots maybe where we think they got to throw the ball, and we can be, a little bit different. So I think it's just a great team effort, and credit to the players.
We'll go one more for Coach.
If you had any fears or concerns heading into this game in any area on the field, did this game make you feel much better about it?
I don't know if I had fears and concerns.
Well, I mean, you always do, Jeff. You always.
Well, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't. I didn't know what our team would do. I think we got a great group of leaders. Our seniors. I feel like the leadership's really strong. We've got enough guys that have played. I know their coach had mentioned how experienced they were, and we got some guys with some experience too. But this is a new football team, a different team, and the last time down here we didn't play very well, and they outplayed us, and they got a better football team this year than they did 2 years ago. I hope we're better. I don't know. We'll see as the season goes along. But I think that's a really athletic, well-coached football team, and our guys executed really well today. It was a great team win, and there's still concerns about depth, and we didn't all of a sudden find 6 more guys on each side of the ball that we know could be starters tomorrow. We are who we are, so that's something that will continue to be important for us to watch, is the health of our team and making sure we got the guys that are at the top of the depth chart healthy and ready to go next week and the weeks to follow.
Thanks, Jeff.
Coach,
Okay.
if I could.
Yeah, Ken?
How is Connor Bishop? He got hurt, getting off the field late in the game. How is he? And I was curious, but Noah Knapp at center, and who moved over to that left guard spot?
Zach Ward. Zach Ward went in at guard. It's just cramps, so wasn't any use us putting him back in there. So we had a lot of guys cramping up. It was a hot day out there, and I thought we were well prepared for it. But that turf out there is a lot hotter than the air on top of it. It got steamy down there. So I thought our guys handled it really well. Our strength coaches and our trainers, they deserve a lot of credit, just having those guys ready to go for a really hot day to open the season.